briefly sort of as they explain about the whole background. When I was young, I think age 13, 14, not yet take the responsibility about political responsibility. There was a regent. In fact, the regent is my own sort of teacher. In spite of deep respect as a teacher, but I heard a lot of criticisms about the regent. And then I already noticed, you see, the system itself, you see, there are some sort of drawbacks. Then, age 16, I took the, I had the sort of responsibility about the political sort of aspect. Then, of course, in spite, so beside difficulties dealing with Chinese, I already start some reform. So I set up one reform committee, sort of reform committee, and start some reform, but not very successful because the Chinese side, you see, they want reform according to their own sort of style. So if Tibetan reform was to carry, then that might become a hindrance about their own sort of introduced reform like that. So then after, then 54, I went to China. I participated at the People's Congress there. In fact, I am one of the members of the Tibetan delegation. Then 56, I came to India on one Buddhist celebration. I invited by Indian government, so I went there. Then I also, you see, observe Indian Parliament. I found big contrast. The Chinese Parliament, very much disciplined. The Indian Parliament looks as no discipline, too much noisy. Right. And the member very proudly criticized about their leaders, their government like that. So I am very much impressed. So then, 59, after we came to India, of course, traditionally, the wherever Dalai Lama and the Dalai Lama's cabinet there, the Tibetan government there, like that. This is not newly established, but simply myself and a few cabinet ministers with me when we escaped from Tibet. But then, 59 April, we reached India. We already, then at once we start sort of some change. Not like previous sort of system, but more sort of divisions among the sort of cabinet ministers like that. So then 60, we start work for democratization.